You are all weirdos.
Weird science is the revolution. Weird science is the revolution.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the DC Comics Solicits podcast. These are the solicits for July of 2023. That is the beginning of the spookiest 2 months of the year, July and August. And, of course, I am referring to Night Terrors, night with a K. And we're going to get a lot of Night Terrors solicits in this show. If you had already heard or watched me talk a bit about the Night Terrors, some of these things will be on repeat, but we'll do that anyway so that maybe the second time through, we could like it even more. I know that a lot of people have been kind of saying they're not going to deal with the Night Terrors. I gave my suggestion of maybe we should all start with the main book, and then if that impresses us, say we'll get this in. Everybody can pick and choose, and maybe among us, we can have every book is covered. I'm telling you, there's some that are really sus, though, that I don't know who's going to, bite the bullet for that, probably me. And then we could all, together, we could learn about this Night Terrors and have a grand old time. As I do with the DC Comics solicits, we'll give the title, creative team, the page count, price, and when it comes out, and then read the solicit itself. And I was flirting with the idea of doing this live. I was going to do it live on the YouTubes, and I may start doing that if anybody is interested. If I, get told by people, hey, that'd be pretty cool, whatnot, I will start doing the solicits live. It wouldn't have worked out tonight. I've had some problems. I don't want to go into the idea that I had this olive tapenade hummus that I really like. But boy, I don't know. Something down below is not liking it as much as I liked it. And if you end up, kind of sensing some abrupt starts and stops in this show, you can blame that. But here we go. We're going to start with Night Terrors First Blood, #1, written by Joshua Williamson with art by Howard Porter. I am a Howard Porter fan myself. Eric on the DC Comics podcast, he is not so much a fan. It is $5.99, 48 pages. It is a one-shot, and it goes on sale July 4th, 2023. And if you, felt in a giving mood, I'll just let you know that's the day after my birthday. So if you're planning on sending me a card, now you know when to do it. When Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman find the body of one of their earliest enemies inside the Hall of Justice, their investigation takes them past the land of the living, beyond the land of the dead, and directly to the new villain called Insomnia. And I talked about Insomnia before when I did my news program on these creative teams and these books. I said that I had been battling Insomnia for quite some time. I just want everybody to know that I'm still fighting him. I am still fighting old Insomnia, who uses his powers to engulf every single hero and villain in their own dark and twisted nightmares. The only way to save the world is to call for the help of an unlikely hero, Deadman. The thrills and chills, oh my God, of Night Terrors are brought to the DC Universe by DC architect and superstar writer Joshua Williamson. The problem is that some of the things that he's an architect for, say like the Dark Crisis, he has on the blueprints Foundation of Sand. That doesn't work. It didn't work with the Dark Crisis, did it? Oh my goodness gracious. What kind of architect would call for that? My favorite architect is Mike Brady, of course, from the Brady Bunch. I wonder if Joshua Williamson, since he is the architect, did he go to like the amusement park and lost his plans, got shuffled up with some posters? I don't know, but it'd be funny if he did. Joshua Williamson there with horrific art by comics legend Howard Porter. I think Howard should complain. Like, I get what you're saying there, guys, but I don't know if I want to have it say with horrific art by comics legend Howard Porter. That sounds like a lot of shade. That is odd. But that is how all of this spooky season will kick off. And then we go to Night Terrors #1, written by Joshua Williamson with art by Giuseppe Camuncoli and Casper Wynyard. And that is $3.99, 32 pages, 1 of 4. And that goes on sale July 11th. Hello, ghouls and ghosts. Oh, my. Where? Oh, I got a little scared there. This is Boston Brand. I'll tell you right now, too, if you have listened to me do these solicits before, this sort of thing drives me insane. I hate when we get the first person, here we go. It's usually Harley that you end up doing it with. I don't need Deadman to jump in and possess my solicit, right? I don't know. Because then you, when you're doing this and you're saying it out loud, you kind of think that you need to get into a character and into voice. Of course, Deadman, he would have a wicked, Boston accent that I'll probably butcher if I try to do that. Hello, ghouls and ghosts. Doesn't that sound like it's a Southie? He is. This is the Boston Brands, a.k.a. Deadman, and I'll be your supernatural tour guide across the night terrace with a K. Stories. After that fancy special oversized issue, spelt wrong, you have to read first. The whole world is trapped inside their nightmares, and Batman and I are trying to figure out who Insomnia really is and why he wants revenge on the heroes of the DC universe. Thank you, Deadman. Thank you for, taking time out from your very busy schedule of possessing people and doing the solicit with us. And scene. The next one is Night Terrors number 2. Oh, my goodness. I know that at some point they are going to go and find Sandman. Wesley Dodds, is he going to end up jumping up and doing the solicit as well? Because I have no way in hell to know what he talks like. I mean, I did a really spot-on Deadman. Thank you. Night Terrors number 2, written by Joshua Williamson with art by Giuseppe Camuncoli and Casper Wingard again. And this one is $3.99, 32 pages, 204. Goes on sale July 25th. And I didn't even think of the semantics of this, that we end up having 4 issues with only 2 months. So I don't mind. When it is an event like that, I know that some people might say, it kind of ends up a lot of money. You have the double, but at least it's a $3.99 book. And I don't mind. I don't like to wait too long. Number one, if it's good, you want the next issue. But if it's bad, you just want it to get the hell over with. So it works out both ways, right? Here we go. Here we go. I think that we are actually here still as Deadman. Oh, dang. I got to do another one of these this month. I wish. The thing is, if you end up getting this without any other solicit, you're going to have no idea what's going on. It doesn't spell out Deadman. It should say right away, Deadman back with you. Wicked cool. I got to do another one of these this month. Batman and I are joined by Wesley Dodds, the Sandman. See, I told you. Probably a gravelly voice, the Sandman, right? I know, the sand, it gets in your crack and stuff. What the heck? I thought I was the only dead person allowed in this story. Oh, yes, I'll tell you. What is really dead is the enthusiasm for this whole event. I just want to point it out, Deadman, not throwing shade or anything. We uncover one of Wesley's oldest cases, which haunted him down until the day he died. And it points us in the direction of the Nightmare Stone, or the Nightmare Stone. But Insomnia has unleashed his own army to hunt us down, the Sleepless Nights. Now, that'd be funny if it was with just an N. I wish they did that. And this issue is their first appearance, kids. Get scared. Okay, so hey, speculators, we have the Sleepless Nights. Everybody at the Five and Dime are talking about it while they're drinking their egg creams. Oh my God, I can't wait for those Sleepless Nights. I'm like, should I get those every night? That's every night for me. But if I was going to do a parody song, I do think Summer Nights from Greece would work out very, very well there. So there we go. We have the 2 issues in July. Night Terrors. I think that one of the things, all jokes aside, possibly, is that I like Deadman, and I like the idea of Wesley Dodds Sandman. Not a huge fan because I don't have that much interaction with old Wesley Dodds, but I'm intrigued by that, and I think that that's a cool deal. It works out for what this whole Night Terrors with a K is supposed to be anyway. But that's cool. That's what I like when you get events like this, especially bigger ones, but even this, where you do get characters that you don't see often. You get a bunch of characters, all hands on deck type of thing. And that is pretty cool. But now we're going to go off to the individual books. We're going to go to the individual number 1s that will have tying in. And there are a lot. I ended up showing the list to my man, Eric Shea, kind of going, hey, this is what we're going to be dealing with in July. I thought he passed out. He's like, really? Like, Eric, he don't like to work that much. And he saw this list, and it really is daunting just to think of talking about him. It would be real daunting, especially to your purse, pocketbook, or wallet to actually buy all these. But some people are. The thing that gets me now is, and I know that the economy and everything's a little different, but when Rebirth came out, or even the New 52, but more Rebirth, because that's when everything was kicking in. Everybody was excited. You had a lot of people coming back. So many people told me that, oh my God, I'm getting every number one. I'm going to get all these books. On my pull list is every single book. And it was almost like if you end up having some of these sus comic book websites saying that right now is a golden age, first off, they're I don't know who they're kidding. They're not kidding us, right? But that beginning of Rebirth, it did feel like the last time you could have said, oh, golden age. And I kind of want that back. I want that back. And I don't see it here, but who knows? Night Terror's Batman #1, written by Joshua Williamson, art by Gilliam March, who I do enjoy. You have a midnight variant cover by Dustin Le Guin. What you know about that is you don't get it wet, don't feed it. If you do, you're in big trouble because then it becomes a critter. See, I got you there. $4.99. They're right there as a problem. 40 pages, 1 of 2. I think a lot of these are going to have backups for no reason whatsoever. And really, if you're going to put out a lot of these books, I think that what DC would be doing, they're sitting around and they say, well, Jim, and everybody listening, we're not going to have a lot of our main books come out. So people will be able to save the money there and they could put it into the Night Terrors. But you're getting people who have a book on their pull list that they know they want and they know what it's about and they're willing to have it there. Night Terrors stuff like this is an unknown. It's a wild card, and I don't think that it's going to be a tit for tat. I don't think somebody's going to say, well, I usually would have 5 books on my pull list for July, so I'm going to make up these 5 for Night Terror stuff. I don't think that's the way it works. And I didn't even mention at the beginning, but I did mention it before a couple of times on different things, including my news stories on Night Terrors. I'm really worried that this is going to be a jumping off point for some people. And when you jump off for 2 months, you end up maybe finding other things that you like. And maybe they're cheaper, maybe they're more fun, whatever. It might be other comics. It could be manga. It could be something as crazy as, online porn. I don't know. But then when you get back to September, when Night Terrors is over, you may then say, well, I did have those 5 books on my pull list, but really, I kind of only want 3. I just worry. I worry about it, especially with the state of affairs right now. But let's keep going here. We have the Night Terrors Batman #1 is what I was talking about. Like I said, it's $4.99, 40 pages, 1 of 2, and it comes out July 4th. That's a day after my birthday. Ever since becoming Batman, Bruce Wayne has been a creature of the night. He transformed himself into the symbol that gave the criminals of Gotham nightmares. But now trapped in the nightmare realm, Bruce is stalked by the horror he's created. Can he escape before his own nightmares pull him deeper into the darkness? I don't know. I have no idea. But we'll see that. And I think that I saw some things about this that was pretty interesting. The idea that what happens when, Bruce Wayne, Batman's biggest fear is Batman himself. I don't know. We'll see. If I open up that book and we are in an alley with pearls going around, I'll lose it. Night Terrors Detective Comics #1, written by Dan Waters, who I know Dan Waters has a bunch of fans. Art by Riccardo Frederici. Talked about this on my news thing. I am not a huge fan of Riccardo Frederici. A lot of people are. I got yelled at because of it. People were calling me out. And I will say it again. I think that Riccardo Frederici's art is really good on epic things. Something like A Last God that he ended up doing with Philip Kennedy Johnson, or say a Warworld saga at points when you had the whole, pretty much barbarian warlord Superman and the armor. That looked great. And I think that he would be spectacular on a Conan book, things like that. Sometimes the panel-to-panel progression of his art, it's a little staticky. It's a little bit, it's impressive to look at, but it's not telling the story as well. But I think that it'll work out in the Nightmare Realm. The more I thought about it after getting yelled at, I thought, you know what? I don't want to get yelled at anymore. So why did I even bring it up? But yeah, Riccardo Frederici, everyone. And it's $4.99, 40 pages, 1 of 2. And you go on sale on July 25th. So we already see Batman's afraid of himself. What is Jim Gordon afraid of? Well, I kind of already knew. We talked about this before, but I think it's kind of fun. Jim Gordon stumbles upon a sacred ritual held by 3 disciples chanting around an enchanted clock. And really, if you have an enchanted clock, you might as well keep on chanting. And one of them is wearing the robotic bat suit that he donned many years ago as Batman. You mean the rookie suit? Could you mean the Bat Bunny suit? It's funny. One of those things about the Bat Bunny and the whole deal of Gordon being Batman, if you were reading books then, it's the DCYOU. It happened after Convergence, between Convergence and before Rebirth. The idea that we went through that Bat Bunny deal, some people lost their minds. You know, it wasn't the best, but it had some things going on. But we went through it together, right? We were in the shit together. So anytime the Bat Bunny suit comes up, I kind of get a bit of a grin. And I think that everybody who was reading every month or every week at that point, I think they might have the same kind of reaction like, yeah, there you are again. Except this metal suit seems to have been soldered directly onto the flesh of the wearer. Oh no, that sounds like Professor Pig or something. What do these creatures want with Gotham? And why are they targeting Jim's daughter, Babs, too? This has to be a dream, right? Or perhaps a nightmare. Perhaps they're targeting Babs. It definitely is. But if you die in it, you can die in real life as well. Oh shit, we have Freddy Krueger rules up in this joint. See, that's what I want. I need the rules. We got Freddy Krueger rules. We already had the Gremlins/Critters rules earlier. We got it all. We have it all. Night Terror's Nightwing, #1. This one has me scared. Written by Becky Cloonan and Michael W. Conrad, as we all know as Cloonrad. Cloonrad ended up finishing or will be finishing their Wonder Woman run, but also Batgirls was canceled. And then we have to stick them on my favorite character, Nightwing. But hey, we'll see how it goes. It's the art by Danielle De Nocuello. I nailed that. $4.99, 40 pages, 1 of 2 on sale July 18th. Pigs, Pigs, Pigs. The last one with a Y. Oh no, that's Professor Pig. And clowns. Oh my. Dick Grayson wakes up in jail to realize a nightmare has come to life. He murdered someone he loves, and the only thing making it worse is his past coming to haunt him in the form of humanoid pigs playing the characters of his childhood at Haley's Circus, scene by scene, leading up to the night of his parents' death. And I talked about this on that news program. This seems like a bunch of silly nonsense. I'd be there, and I said it then. Oh my, how harrowing this would be to see humanoid pigs dressed up as me and my parents. Be like, really? My dad was actually a bit of a pig himself, but still, it would kind of be goofy. I mean, it's silly. The Batgirls try to help Nightwing figure out who framed him or why he killed someone, but it's his cellmate and other unlikely villains in jail who will help him solve the mystery. But are they actually helping him? And, you know, it's in a nightmare, so
it doesn't matter.
It probably doesn't really matter. The next one is Night Terror's Poison Ivy #1, written by G. Willow Wilson, art by Atuguan Ilhan. I think that I might have said that right. You end up with it being $4.99, 40 pages, 1 of 2, and here we go. It goes on sale July 4th. It's a day after something. It's another absolutely gorgeous and serene day in Pamela Isley's lovely little new neighborhood. Everything and everyone here is wall-to-wall smiles. Nothing ever goes wrong. Everyone is friends. And best of all, it's made just for Ivy with lots and lots of love. Now, Pammy, don't frown, don't fuss, and don't fret. Just because this wasn't what you thought you wanted, that doesn't mean it won't fit you like a glove. Now have some pie, dear. Don't think too hard and just smile. All right. Now I'm getting annoyed. That was one of the most annoying solicits I've ever read. I'm telling you,
Wolfman
didn't have the Wolfman in it either. And seriously, that was nonsense. But there you go. Poison Ivy, everyone. Next one's Night Terror's Catwoman #1. And thank God Teenie Howard's writing this one because she's killing it over in the regular solo Catwoman. I mean, she's killing it. She's killing that book and all the fans. Art by Alila Aliez. $4.99, 32 pages, 1 of 2, goes on sale July 18th. Let's hear what this one has to say. Forgive me, sister, for I have sinned. I murdered Valmont, the man I love. See, now I'm Catwoman. Why do we have to do this? In order to save the man I love, Batman, who will never forgive me for breaking his one rule. But please forgive me, Sister Zero, for this nightmare realm you put me in as penance from which I can't seem to wake up. is my Catholic guilt come to life in the form of your rotting disciples taking my soul. Sister Maggie, if you're still somewhere in there, forgive me and let me save us in the nightmare realm in order to save us in real life. That is, unless we should die before we wake. Pretty much that. Go screw yourself. That sounds awful. It's as convoluted and just nonsense as the regular crap that she writes. Teenie Howard should be fired and get her out of here. I know that the people over at Marvel, they don't want her either, but you can have her back. Please take her back. And really, why not go to the next one, which is also written by her? Night Terror's Harley Quinn #1, written by Teenie Howard, art by Hayden Sherman. Teenie Howard is one of the worst writers in comics right now, but also the one that just keeps getting more and more work. I've heard that she is on time with her scripts, but why shouldn't she be? She just throws shit on a page and hands it in. That's all it is. It's like the magnets that you throw up onto the refrigerator. There it is. Here's your script. All right. You also have a backup by Leah Williams just to make it even that much more shitty. So we have Harley Quinn #1, Teenie Howard, and Leah Williams. Oh, my God. I don't even know. Ben Templesmith on art on the backup. That is $4.99, 40 pages. 1 of 2 goes on sale July 25th. But really, why does that matter? Because I ain't buying it. Does anybody? Imagine a world beyond both the waking world and that of dreams. A world where your every choice creates a series of infinitely rippling, profane reverberations, where donuts and soda cans can do the can, and I actually am going steady with your mom. Really? I think my wife might be pissed at that. I better watch it. Our story takes place there in the realm beyond the limits of the liminal, a place we call the Harley Quinn Zone. I was going to say, this is starting to sound like a really, really shitty version of Twilight Zone. I'm your host, Dr. Raylea Q. Nguyen, attorney of drawers. Just kidding. Fuck this. I'm not even reading the rest. Don't buy it. We'll go to the next one. Night Terrors, the Joker #1. I'm telling you, I can't take this nonsense. This event already is pissing people off, and then you're going to play your stupid games. Tell us what the damn story's about. Stop doing your... I was going to say stop telling jokes, but are they? My wife's trying to sleep, too. I'm yelling and screaming. She's going to get up, and I'm going to blame Teenie Howard is who it is. Teenie Howard's to blame, so she can go and take it up with her. Night Terrors, the Joker #1. And to me, the Sophie's choice, Teenie Howard or Matthew Rosenberg. I don't know. The Joker, right? Matthew Rosenberg. He is the Joker guy. The Joker is. Art by Stefano Raffaele. $4.99, 40 pages, 1 of 2, July 4th. Don't get me anything if it has to do with this. The Joker's worst nightmare becomes a reality. He's got a day job. I already read the solicit when I did the news program, and I'm still angry again. How will he handle meetings that could have been emails? Why did management cancel Bring Your Child to Work Day? Who will want to make small talk at the coffee machine? What is Alexis going to pick for lunch? And who is the masked madman terrorizing Gotham at night? Also, one last question. Who the fuck thinks that Matthew Rosenberg is funny or should be writing any comic books? Because that question will never be answered. Because I don't know, or just basically nobody. We're halfway through this, and I just want to strangle myself. I do. I want to butterfly effect this shit and go back and stop it. Night Terrors Robin #1. It's supposed to be a fun time, too. I was really looking forward to doing this. I thought we'd have some jokes. Oh, my goodness. Night Terrors Robin #1, written by Kenny Porter. Okay, I don't mind Kenny Porter. And I do like Miguel Mendonca on art. So maybe we can pick this up. We could start getting forward to something good. $4.99, 40 pages, 1 of 2, obviously on sale July 11th. It's Robin versus Nightmare Robins. When the two Bat brothers get taken into the nightmare realm, Jason Todd and Tim Drake must fight against their worst fears and each other as they're forced to relive the darkest moments of their lives. I have a feeling that Jason's going to have the old crowbar. Tim's probably going to end up, thinking about Megan Fitzmartin writing his story. That's probably the biggest nightmare, but also his parents, but really Megan Fitzmartin. I really, really think that one of the big plays at DC, they need to get Jason Todd going forward. Every time I think he is MC Scat Cat, he's there dancing it up with Paula Abdul, and he's always 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. It's never working. He'll never progress. Night Terrors Superman #1, written by Joshua Williamson with art by Tom Riley. It is $4.99, 32 pages, goes on sale July 18th. What does the Man of Steel have nightmares about? Well, if we're going to go with the Doomsday Clock whole deal, nothing until he had that first nightmare there. But hey, I don't know. Clark Kent knows why he's being pulled into the nightmare realm and goes in search of his family and friends. But what journey takes him to the haunted nightly planet where he's confronted by the Super Reaper? My kids the other day, I think they had the Super Reefer. I don't think it's the same thing. It was 420 though, shout out. That's the one holiday that people celebrate in this house. I tried to make like dinners for Easter or say Christmas, but no, 420, Super Reefer. In the waking world, or as they like to have, the baking world, Superman was mid-flight when he was hit by Nightmare Wave. Where he crash lands will surprise you. It will. It'll get you. It will. Night Terrors Action Comics #1, written by Leah Williams and Philip Kennedy Johnson. This shit is a nightmare. It really is. $4.99, 48 pages, goes on sale July 25th. Slipping into the world of nightmares is the only beginning as Power Girl, who goes by Paige now. And I love the idea. I think that in this, I swear that originally Paige was mentioned at first, and I didn't know what it was. And here, it's coming up. I see it. I thought it was first. Power Girl faces off with the scariest dream of all, herself. Paige may have narrowly escaped the Paige. Why? Why? And grasp of the devious Johnny Sorrow. That'll be in the one shot that nobody will read. But all of that was just a warm up for the real villain inside. Isn't that an INXS song? Meanwhile, the Super Twins are lost in a terrifying dreamscape and being hunted by a nightmare version of their own adopted father, the murderous cyborg Superman. Can Superman, Kong, Keenan, and the Steel family find the twins in time to save them, or will they join his bloody list of victims? You know, in Nightmares. All right. With a K. Night Terrors, The Flash #1, written by Alex Paknadal, art by Daniel Bayliss. It is $4.99, 32 pages, on sale July 11th. After the Flash family freed Barry Allen from the dimension Pariah locked him in, Pariah, the Scarlet Speedster was able to return home for some quality time with Iris, until the whole fraction came and he thought Iris was dead, but then he had to change time and came, oh my goodness, and his other loved ones. Remember, they were at the picnic, they were having fun. Buddy Baker was causing all sorts of trouble, making them have that, non-meat products. He's a real jerk. You don't invite him to the picnic. I mean, seriously, please. After the world is plunged in the nightmare realm, Barry's trapped in a different cage, and he'll have to find a way out on his own. Is that the cage of his own mind? Might it be? It might. Night Terrors Wonder Woman #1, written by Josie Campbell and Stephanie Williams. Josie Campbell had been doing the Mary Marvel Shazam book. Stephanie Williams, who has been boring everybody, shitless on everything that she's been on, including the Nubia stuff. Art by Juan Ferreira. Shout out to Juan. I love Juan. And Megan Hetrick. It is $4.99, 40 pages, on sale July 18th. After investigating an alarming intrusion at the now-defunct Hall of Justice, Wonder Woman and her unexpected new ally, Detective Chimp, suddenly find themselves in a world where their worst nightmares have come to life. Who could possibly defeat these things that go bump in the night? The Justice League Dark, that's who. The Amazon princess reunites with her old team to save the world from a sweet dream turned into a beautiful nightmare. Plus, Queen Nubia finds herself trapped in the Well of Souls. Like it's a hot tub time machine. I think when you have sweet dreams turn into beautiful nightmares, it's like when the Eurythmics sang Sweet Dreams and then you ended up having Marilyn Manson sing it. That is a dream turned to a nightmare. Night Terrors Titans #1, written by Andrew Constant. Constantly being said lately, and I don't know. The one thing that I always bring up that Andrew Constant did was before the shutdown way back, ended up doing an Etrigan mini that was pretty shitty. Hopefully this will be better. Art by Scott Godlewski. It is $4.99, 32 pages, on sale July 25th. The kids are not all right. Oh my, but that's not what the Who told me. After plummeting into the nightmare realm, the remaining members of the Titans come face to face with a fever dream term reality, the Terror Titans. These warped versions of our heroes are prepared to do anything to become the next Justice League, even kill. But at what cost? Yeah, nothing quite, imaginative as going into nightmare and facing your nightmare version of yourself. That way to go. Way to go. You did it, Andrew. You did it. Night Terror Shazam, #1, written by Mark Waid. Oh, my. And art by Roger Cruz, I will point out, cover by Dan Mora. And he's just too fancy right now to go interior art. He's just going to do the cover. $4.99, 32 pages, on sale July 11th. Enter Teth Shazam. Of all Earth's heroes, Billy Batson is the only one in double danger because he and the Captain are each haunted by their own set of nightmares. I do want to point out, I did say this to Eric, and I kind of stumbled upon it. They ended up where Mark Waid announced that he was going to call Billy and Shazam the Captain. And as a joke, like months and months ago, I said to Eric that I think that they're going to end up calling Shazam the Captain. And I wanted to know where Tennille was. But I think I was right on. I think that I should get a lot of credit for that. But yeah, they're all having nightmares. And if the world's mightiest mortal can't survive his own fears, what chance does the rest of the Shazamily have? Probably about 13.5%. Night Terror's Green Lantern #1, written by Jeremy Adams and Alex Sierra. And I'm looking forward to this because I am a Jeremy Adams fan. I'm going to support whatever he does for now until he screws me over. But I hope that that doesn't happen. He had one of the most wholesome tweets the other day where he had taken his 10-year-old daughter to go see her favorite band, Journey. And I thought to myself, how can this be? A 10-year-old girl's favorite band is Journey, yet here I am, an old man whose favorite band right now is the K-pop band New Jeans. This does not compute. It doesn't work, and I felt wrong. I sat there, and I was jealous that a 10-year-old girl liked Journey, and yet here I am loving the New Jeans. But maybe she should be jealous of me. I don't know. Maybe. $4.99, 40 pages, 1 of 2. Art by Eduardo Pensico, Julio Ferreira, and Mario Fox Facolio? I don't know. On sale July 11th. Foxy lady over there. On sale, yeah, July 11th. I don't know why I repeated that, except I almost busted in the singing Foxy Lady, even though I think Mario is a guy. Ah, yes. Back in space, to face his greatest fear. Something is wrong in Sector 2814. That's our sector. And how Jordan Kilowog and a few other Lanterns must find the mysterious disturbance, despite a ban on any of Earth's Green Lanterns leaving their world. Well, luckily Kilowog's there. He ain't no Earth Lantern. Unless something changed. What they discover is a planet controlled by a familiar face. The face of Hal's greatest fear. I smell parallax. And I mean that. The guy doesn't shower often. And in a backup story, Sinestro finds himself thrust into a new reality that drags him into the darkest corners of his past. And perhaps his future. Oh my. And that sounds cool. See, I'm not going to make too much fun of that. Night Terror's Black Adam #1. Written by Jeremy Hawn, art by Jeremy Hawn, Double Trouble, I like to call him, and I'm looking forward to this. When I ended up doing the news stuff, for the majority of people who actually said they might be buying at least one issue, most people said that they're going to dig into this one, and I think that that is a good choice. $4.99, on sale July 4th. Black Adam is defending Kahndaq from a border assault, which that's what he does when the deadly nightmare wave sweeps the planet, kind of like a Terrigen mist, putting all men, women, and children into the nightmare realm, including the fierce monarch. But are they talking about King Charles? Oh, they mean, I get it, Black Adam. Oh, but what are his deepest, darkest nightmares? What horror can put fear into the heart of Black Adam? Night Terrors begins. No, I think it's going on with a lot of other people, too. I would think that the fear that Black Adam would have would just be that his people think he's just a jerk. They're like, look at that jerk. We don't need him. Maybe that's it. It's not even that. It's that Kahndaq without him is better. It's almost like the Batman out of Gotham sort of thing. So I think that might be it. We'll see. We'll see if I'm on. Everybody try to remember that I think that he's going to wake up and it's going to be that Kahndaq is a paradise because he is not involved. Night Terrors Angel Breaker, #1, written by Tim Seeley with art by Aki Bright. Old Aki. Wait, $3.99. Okay. At least you have that. I almost said that last deal, the Black Adam, I was going to say, do I need to say the price? Because it seems like, there's a $3.99. Holding the line. $3.99, 32 pages. On sale July 25th. Deep in an abandoned Cobra safe house is a device able to access the dream powers of John D., a.k.a. Dr. Destiny. I just like that he is also Dr. D., which is kind of my porn name in Canada. As heroes across the world succumb to nightmares, sexy, Angel Breaker wants it. Ooh-wee. Now to infiltrate a hall of horrors, she'll need the help of a professional thief, the man known as Raptor. But Angel Breaker and Raptor aren't exactly friends. Can the mysterious Merc trust a man who feels nothing but grudges and possibly a stiff hand in his pocket? As the strange pair encounter a horror as old as the Coda Sisterhood, and even more dangerous, while the world sleeps, Angel Breaker might be the final girl still awake. Aw, man, she's woke. Is that what they just said? Here's the thing. Me and Eric were talking about this, where you have Raptor, right? Raptor has legitimately died like 17 times, but people just keep bringing him back because he's such a side character they don't realize that he was dead. I think Tim Seeley killed him at least once. And just as an aside, Raptor actually saved and brought back to life Deathstroke because Raptor is, he has, what is that called? He is a leper. He has leprosy. And the leprosy got into Deathstroke, which then activated his healing factor, even though he was dead, which then brought him back to life. It didn't make any sense. I don't know why I couldn't remember the leprosy. I have a lot of real inappropriate leper jokes, but I think those will get canceled nowadays. Back in the day, you could tell leper jokes, but not anymore. Not anymore. And I'm not going to do anything about, the hockey one. Never mind. Night Terrors Zatanna, #1, written by Dennis Culver, art and cover by David Baldione. And it is, and I see a variant cover by Riley Rossimo. Oh, yeah. $3.99, 32 pages. It goes on sale July 11th. What is going on with the Night Terrors Zatanna? Well, first off, it starts off with backwards, word magic. There's no magic to me with this backwards nonsense. I look at it and my mind warps. I can't do it. And also when you have a bunch of the dialogue, a lot of people, you never know if they're going right to left, left to right. Everybody has their own different deal. And I have said all along, I don't really I wish that they had this thing. And this is how I would do it. Now visualize this. Try to picture this. You end up having a word bubble, right? Then have that backwards nonsense that I hate, but have that kind of opaque in the background. And then overlaid on top of that in bold is what, Zatanna's actually saying. We'll get it. Okay, that's backwards. But I don't need it. It throws me out of every issue. It's going to throw me out of the solicit as a back is Zatanna. Oh, see, this is what I'm saying. It's Zatanna is back because it's going left to right. I was reading it like a manga. I still fucked it up. Zatanna, one of the last people awake on Earth, must defend her unconscious allies, Wonder Woman and Detective Chim. I wish that when they came about with Zatanna, nobody came up with this. It's what's it called? It's my kryptonite. It really is. I mean, Pig Latin would have been better, right? And I'm not shading anybody, but still. Zatanna, one of the last people awake on Earth, must defend her unconscious allies, Wonder Woman and Detective Chimp, from insomnia's sleepless nights. That's with a K. Led by the horrifying Sleepless Queen. That's with a Q. But the outnumbered Zatanna can't do it alone. She uses her magic, backwards magic, that's going to drive me up a frickin' wall. to summon any champion that's still awake or woke, which puts her in an unlikely team up with one of the world's strangest superheroes, the unstoppable Doom Patrol's Robot Man. He's, sleeping there and dreaming of electric sheep, but he's still not asleep. But also, why didn't she just call Angel Breaker? I hear she's out and about, right? Also, get the Metal Men in this joint. Mercury will tell you that he's liquid and room temperature. We'll have a gas, right? We'll have a gas, we will. Whew. There you go. Zatanna. Here's the deal. Why don't they just really screw with me in the entire Solicits backwards? That would be hilarious, right? It'd be hilarious because I'd save time because I wouldn't read it. Night Terror's punchline number 1. But what's the joke? Written by Danny Lore writing. It's the joke. There you go. It all works out. Art by Lucas Mayer, and it's $3.99, 32 pages, on sale July 18th. Alexis K, a.k.a. Punchline, Punchline, fears nothing. Or so she'd have you believe. Oh, my. Oh, we're going to tear a little bit of the armor down here. Her fears will be pried out of her in the nightmare world where she's being hunted. I think that what she does, she wakes up and she's like, holy shit, I'm Joker's daughter. I didn't want that. That character sucks. And they're like, come see, come saw. And she'll be forced to face her deepest, darkest nightmare in true horror movie fashion. It would be hilarious if she found out that she was actually the character, Joker's daughter. And if you didn't know that, you'd be like, well, why would she think she's Joker's daughter? The funny thing is the history of Joker's daughter, because originally it was like, hey, I'm Penguin's daughter. No, I'm Riddler's daughter. It just kept renaming and rebranding is what they ended up doing. The next one is Night Terror's Ravager number 1, written by Ed Brisson, art by Dexter Soy. Here's the thing, too. It's a weird play because obviously it's Rose Wilson as Ravager, but not many people, I think, nowadays would even know Rose's name on the marquee and Ravager even less, so I don't know. This one seems doomed. It is $3.99, 1 of 2, 32 pages, on sale July 4th. Defend your life, Rose Wilson. I'm telling her, defend it. Ravager is separated from Stormwatch. There's a weird play. She's going to be on the Ed Brisson Stormwatch story that'll be coming up in the Brave and the Bold anthology book. I don't know why. It doesn't make sense. Stormwatch, no, it doesn't make sense to me. So rewind that. Defend your life, Rose Wilson. Ravager separated from Stormwatch and trapped in a nightmare world where she must protect her younger self from being consumed and corrupted by the Murder Man. It's like the Music Man. He strolls into town, he's singing his songs, and then he murders people. Just like the Music Man and his blood-crazed Slaughter Squadron. The Slaughter Squad. Can Ravager protect a young Rose Wilson without losing her own identity? Why does the Murder Man seem so familiar? It's probably Deathstroke. And how does he know so much about Rose? It's probably Deathstroke. Maybe it will be... I can't even remember. I called him Special G. That character that died, that Deathstroke. Oh, my God, he's my son. He's my son, whatever we called him there. I think that Eric wanted to call him Clay. I called him Special G. I can't remember what the hell he was called. Somebody can let me know. Hawkgirl number 1, written by Jadzia Axelrod. Oh, wait a second. We're done with the Night Terrors. Okay, everybody, take a deep breath. We're done with the Night Terrors. Let's see. And this was a big question when the Night Terrors was first announced. Oh, we're going to shut down all the books and get going. Oh, my goodness. But people did say and ask me, hey, Jim, what books are still going to be coming out once the Night Terrors? I'm like, how the hell do I know? What do I look like, a calendar? Here we go. I said we'll have to wait for the solicits, and here we go. Hawkgirl number 1. I actually thought this was coming out in September. I think that that's a cool play. If you don't want to do the Night Terrors nonsense, you can get some of these, Dawn of DC books and check them out. Hawkgirl number 1 is written by Jadzia Axelrod with art by Amin K. Noapan. I hope I said that kind of right. $3.99, 32 pages. It's 1 of 6. It is a miniseries. Goes on sale July 18th. Kendra Saunders, the winged warrior better known as Hawkgirl, has been one of the DCU's greatest heroes for a long time, serving as a member of both the Justice League and the Justice Society. But with the Justice League disbanded, Kendra decides she needs a fresh start, and heads to Metropolis to begin a new life. That life is quickly interrupted by a mysterious villain with a powerful connection to the nth metal that makes up Hawkgirl's wings and weapons. A brand new adventure with sky-high action, adventure, and intrigue begins here by Jadzia Axelrod, who did Galaxy, the Prettiest Star, and Amin K. Nopalon, who has done a bunch of things, Wonder Woman, Detective Comics, Flash, all that. I do believe that the character from Galaxy, the Prettiest Star, will make an appearance in this series. If you were one of the few people who read that, you might be excited. World's Finest, Teen Titans #1. Speaking of exciting, written by Mark Waid, art by Emanuele Lupacchino. It is $3.99, 32 pages, 1 of 6, and goes on sale July 11th. Spinning out of the pages of the runaway hit Batman, Superman, World's Finest, all right, I can go with it, comes a modern retelling of the early adventures of the original Teen Titans. I saw some people kind of wary of that. Let's see what's going on. I trust Mark Waid right now. Led by Robin, the Boy Wonder, a new super team has burst onto the scene. Meet the Teen Titans, DC's grooviest group, filled with super teens with super problems. When they're not fighting alongside their Just League mentors, they're managing their image and cultivating the rabid fan base that helps them save the world. I smell TikToks here. Probably making crazy clay or something, as all the while a danger from the shadows intends to tear these friends apart before they ever reach the big time. Ooh, big time, like that song by Peter Gabriel. Before they were the Titans of the DCU, they were Teen Titans. And before that, they were just kids. And before that, they weren't even born. And you won't want to miss the fresh take on their origins from the legendary talents of Mark Waid and Emanuele Lupacchino. All right, I'm going to be there. Tales of the Titans #1, written by Shannon Hale and Dean Hale. All hail them. And this is going to be that mini-series that's going to give you these origins for some of the Teen Titans. I'm telling you, everybody's going to get these things mixed up. Art by Javier Rodriguez. And it is $4.99, 40 pages, on sale July 18th. The Titans have stepped up to become the DCU's premier superhero team, and all eyes are on them. Who are Starfire, Raven, Donna Troy, and Beast Boy? Where do they come from? What do they stand for? All will be revealed in Tales of the Titans, the all-new series of spotlight issues in the spirit of the beloved 1980s classic Tales of the New Teen Titans. First up is Alien Princess and Warrior Starfire. Has huge heart, huger hair, and fiery fists have made her a fan favorite among the team. When a spaceship bearing Tamaranian markings crash lands on Earth, Starfire goes on a solo mission to uncover its origins. But what awaits her on that journey will bring her back to the earliest days of her youth, to memories of two sisters, Blackfire, probably, eternally at war, and perhaps the chance to keep history from repeating itself, just like the Split Ends sang. And I like to mention music, right? Everybody loves the music. Here's the thing. Shannon Hale, Dean Hale, I don't know them from Justin Bieber and Miley Cyrus. I don't know them either. And so when you have this, I don't know that I trust this group that we're going to get coming forward here, which I'll mention the next solicits going down. I don't know if I can trust them to be in charge of these new, sort of things going and these new origins. And now I think the other books come later, but you end up having like a Steve Orlando, stuff like that. Maybe Teeny Howard, I don't know. Adventures of Superman John Kent #5. That is, I believe, the penultimate issue of all this. Written by Tom Taylor, art by Clayton Henry. $3.99, 32 pages, 506, on sale July 4th. The Super Sons are reunited and up against an entire world of injustice. But in this penultimate issue, will John Kent have a hope of returning to his Earth? It's a battle for the soul of Superman and the safe return of the Super Sons as the Injustice saga cranks up the heat. Now, when they first announced this mini, after what you had, Tom Taylor said that the last John Kent book, it wasn't canceled. It was just rebranded into this. That's fine, whatever the case may be. But I was really excited because the whole play was that John was going to be able to confront and maybe work out his problems with Ultraman. That wasn't the case. That ended up thudding and pretty much snapping. I mean, I don't want to spoil things, but we ended up having that be nothing at all. And now it was just a kind of backdoor dupe to get us to the Injustice world, where I do think that by the end, it's Tom Taylor who, for some reason wants to redeem Injustice Superman because people give him crap about it, but who cares? I like the Injustice story, and I like it for what it is, the Injustice story. I don't need this garbage, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Superboy, the Man of Tomorrow, number 4, written by Kenny Porter. This is the Connor Kemp book. $3.99, 406, 32 pages. Goes on sale July 18th. Superboy goes toe-to-toe with the Hulking clone known as Infinity. Wielding abilities from species across the cosmos, Connor and his new friends, the Cosmeteers, will need to use every trick up their sleeves to defeat this monstrous threat. But what if they're wearing short-sleeve shirts? That'd be problems. But when the dust finally settles, Connor's alliance with the Cosmeteers might be no more, as if anybody cared. Steelworks number 2, another Dawn of DC book that's coming out. That's cool. I think that, and again, I think that one of the things where people were saying, I'm not going to do anything with this Night Terrors. See me in September if you see me at all. Maybe we could all just get some of these new Dawn of DC books. I know that some people are probably like, I don't want a Steelworks. I'm looking forward to that one. I mean, seriously, I like Steel. I like Natasha Irons as long as they don't try to change her into like Ironheart, which it kind of did. But I do like those. Hawkgirl isn't exactly for me, but I know that Eric on our DC podcast, he does like Hawkgirl. So there you go. That's why I said sometimes it's cool to have friends, right? And they could get one book, you get the other, you talk, you get excited, right? Not about the books. You just get excited for some reason. Then your friend gets weirded out. It gets awkward. You know how it is. Steelworks number 2 is written by Michael Dorn, art by Semi Basri. It is $3.99, 32 pages, 2 of 6, on sale on July 4th. And by the way, that is written by Worf. Enter the Silver Mist. John Henry Irons Steelworks Company may be up and running, but they better catch it. See, that'd be a crank call. That'd be pretty cool. Hey, John Henry, is your Steelworks Company up and running? You better catch. And then he ends up, killing me. I don't know why Steel would kill me. He's the hero. But this radical reimagining of Metropolis's Civil Works has caught the attention of the biggest player in the city, both good and evil, with rival businessman Charles Walker III. Wasn't he on Gilligan's Island, that guy? Newest mutation, the Silver Mist, stalking Steel's armory. John Henry had better watch his back, or he might get a knife planted into it. All the while wrestling with the biggest question of all for our Man of Steel. Am I man or Superman? Here's the thing. I'm not a big Star Trek fan, right? So I don't, but that sounds like nonsense. But still, I think that we should all check out the number 1. Every number 1 issue, I think, if you can afford it, you should check out. If you end up having the app, things like that, you could wait. If you end up having, the infinite, whatever the deal is, where you get it quicker than whatever. I don't know why I'm going through the rundown of all that, but yeah, I think number 1's cool. I always try to check them out. You could get surprised. Batman the Brave and the Bold, number 3. I was surprised at this. Written by Tom King, Ed Brisson, Christopher Cantwell, and Colin Kelly and Jackson Lansing. What is this? The Murderer's Row of my hate? I don't mind Ed Brisson that much, but the rest, yeah. And then art by Mitch Gerards. I don't know about everybody. I mean, this is just Mitch Gerards. When I see him, he gets me angry. When I see his picture, for some reason, everybody has that sort of person that this happens to. And I'm not saying anything. Mitch Gerards could be the nicest guy. He could be I don't know. I don't know him. But when I see that, it gets me angry. Jeff Spokes, though, I don't know what he looks like, so he doesn't get me angry. Javier Rodriguez and Jorge Molina. It is $7.99, 64 pages, on sale July 25th. The horror goes on. Oh, does it? We're more horror, huh? I don't know who decided that July and August are the spookiest months, but I want to shake their hands. In the first fight ever between Batman and his deadliest enemy, the Joker, came out on top. Wait. The horror goes on. The first fight ever between Batman and his deadly enemy, the Joker, came out on top. This is not written well. And Batman's swollen, bloody face. Now it's time for round 2. Ding, ding. Bruce just learned never to underestimate the power of a man with nothing to lose. That's me. Time for Joker to learn the same. The award-winning creators behind One Bad Day Riddler continue their brutal epic. Oh, great. No More Kings continues as Stormwatch, break into Star Labs. I didn't think there was Star Labs anymore. I thought the Leviathan took them out. To retrieve malware, a living computer affected with a virus that, if weaponized, could cause global chaos and a complete meltdown of the world's technology. Plus, it can end up taking your identity and maybe your pants. One small mistake and Stormwatch could do the very thing they're trying to prevent. Unleash malware upon the world. Oh, goodness. Wouldn't that be terrible? In the conclusion of The Order of the Black Lamp, Christopher Cantwell and Javier Rodriguez probably pissed me the hell off, but they also tell a story with a person, Superman teams with a person you never thought he'd see, again, as the mysteries of the secret location of the Man of Steel has been are revealed. Can't even read this. This thing, the way this is, you have to imagine, this thing isn't even in like a paragraph form. It's all over the place. I don't understand. And this issue's Batman Black and White Tail by Colin Kelly and Jackson Lansing and Jorge Molina take us to a different Gotham City where Batman is a young, arrogant monster hunter about to be humbled by a legion of bats. I used to like Colin Kelly and Jackson Lansing. I don't too much anymore. I think that they're just, kind of average mid type deal. But I don't know. They seem to have been elevated, but I don't know by what. Maybe they bought stilts or something. And here's some other books that you might have forgotten about. You know that Spirit World? Everybody can't wait to get more of those books spinning out of Lazarus Planet, right? In July. The idea in July you're going to be dealing with books, you're like, what the hell is that Lazarus Planet bullshit? All right. Spirit World #3, written by Alyssa Wong, art and cover by Haining. And it's $3.99, 3 of 6, 32 pages, goes on sale July 11th. Xanthi and Constantine find a one-way ticket to the Spirit World. I think that is a police song. And must interrogate spirits to find Batgirl. But how do you do that without alerting the spirits that there is a human walking among them? Then Cass and Popo go to find a friend of Bowen's. And who the hell are these people? Who are these people? Hopes of finding a way back to the living, a fox spirit who has a secret of his own. Is this just me? The solicits are supposed to inspire you to buy books, not drop them. Somebody tell Alyssa Wong this. That is ridiculous. I said earlier, whatever the hell that one was, Popo? Bowens? Who the hell are these people? Spirit World. Yes. Next, The Vigil, #3. Written by Ram V. Art by Lalit Kumar Sharma. It's 3 of 6 until DC realizes that Ram V hasn't told a shit and any story and it's going to be extended to 9. That's what usually happens with Ram V. People sit there, they extended the Swamp Thing because it was selling. So no, it wasn't. It was selling pretty poorly. It was because the guy didn't tell a damn story. He's great in a Swamp Thing book because it is just like watching grass grow. Take that, Ram V. If that's your real name, it isn't. That's just his moniker. I know there's a lot of Ram V fans out there. I often say that Ram V, he's a good writer, just maybe not a good comic book writer. I don't like his lack of progression and just nonsense. But $3.99, 32 pages, 3 of 6, goes on sale July 18th. I think I have to say this in a robotic voice. It seems to be like it's like an old, like one of those old terminals. It's like green, it's glowing. You have the things you have to know, kind of DOS, which I don't, so I'm screwed. I'm sitting there trying to do functions, and then I hit it, and then I break it, and Who are the Vigil? Seiya file loading. Seiya file unavailable. Seiya identity unknown. Based on available sightings of the Vigil, it is likely that Seiya is a shape-shifting shapeshifter based on the technology it's theorized that they use. Their identity may even be unknown to Seiya themselves. If this may be true, then Seiya's history may be... Who the fuck is Seiya? It may be a threat to the Vigil metahuman group without any of them knowing, including Seiya. Stay tuned for more. You're being watched. Some people like that. I mean, seriously, some people like that a lot. I'm not one of them. I have performance anxiety. I really do. I have a lot of different types of anxieties, but that is one of them. Plus, I'm just afraid people are going to shame me, making weird faces and stuff, right? City Boy number 3. City Boy. It'd be one of those things that's funny because you have City Boy, and it reminds me of Pac-Man, where they were going to call it Puck-Man, and they were afraid that people were going to put an F there. Oh, my God. It's real easy to call City Boy Shitty Boy. So there you go. Written by Greg Pak, art by Minky Young. $3.99, 32 pages, 3 of 6, on sale July 25th. After barely fighting off Intergang with the help of Metropolis, the city itself, in the form of a dragon avatar, City Boy realizes the more he taps into his powers, the louder it is inside his head. Isn't that what happens when you're tapping into things, right? You got it. Hearing and feeling everything about the city and its history all at once, nonstop. It's like the shittier, dirtier version of like the Mobius chair, I think. That's what happens. But somebody has to help him, and it's Superman. I made up that last bit. Superman's in that, but I didn't want to read the rest. The next up is, Colin Kelly and Jackson Lansing. Did I tell you how much I love them? Batman Beyond, Neo-Gothic number 1, written by Colin Kelly and Jackson Lansing, and art by Max Dunbar. I like Max Dunbar. I bailed on the Jackson Lansing, Colin Kelly Batman Beyond thing. Sorry about that. I just burped. Excuse me. Excuse you. $4.99, 32 pages, July 25th. Terry McGinnis defeated the evil AI controlling Neo-Gotham and asserted himself as the one true Batman. But his next battle will bring him to the remains of old Gotham. Children are going missing and being swallowed by the city's old bones. Oh my God. Call City Boy. Batman Beyond will have to go underground, led by a mysterious splicer named Kyle the Cat Boy, B.O.I., to find the children and confront the city's buried sins. What happened to the green of the city? What happened to the magic? Are they talking about like the Kashunda? I don't know. Maybe they're using credits. And what villains had never left old Gotham? Kite Man. All these questions will be answered by the Red Hot. This is what I'm talking about. The Red Hot creative team of Colin Kelly and Jackson Lansing. Ooh-wee, they are red hot, they are. And Max Dunbar. Harley Quinn, Black and White and Redder, number 1. You have it written by Chip Zdarsky, Leah Williams, Paul Scheer, and Nick Giovanetti. Paul Scheer, the actor, he yelled at me when he ended up, what was it? I think he did the Cosmic Ghost Rider messes up the Marvel Universe in some sort of way book. And I didn't really like it. I thought that it was kind of bad. And he yelled at me on Twitter, and I'm like, you don't realize, Paul, that you're getting me excited here. I like Paul. He's a weird-looking dude, but I do like him. Art by Kevin McGuire, Natasha Bustos, and Tom Riley. And it's $4.99, 40 pages, 1 of 6. I thought we were going to be done with these like red, white, and nonsense, right? That's the one I want. Red, white, and nonsense. On sale July 18th, the bloody brilliance of 2020's Harvey-nominated Harley Quinn, Black, White, and Red. By the way, the Harvey is the ugly version of the Eisner. That's just me. The Harvey, just the name Harvey, it reminds me of just the cigar-smoking uncle that shows up and he's, at the picnic drinking beer, belly hanging out. The Harvey. It didn't even win a Harvey. It was not. Why you mention that? Harvey nominated. I mean, an Eisner's bad enough. Mariko Tamaki has one of those, so anybody can get their hands on that thing. This time in print periodical. And this all-new miniseries. I'm not even going to read this. It's a bunch of tales. A bunch of things. There's Leah Williams is going to do Harley's teenage past as a high-flying gymnast. Because she knows things. She's going to call her, like, Sage now. Everything will just be like that. Here we go. Superman, The Last Days of Lex Luthor. I think we're getting to the end here. Thank God. The Superman, The Last Days of Lex Luthor, number 1, written by Mark Waid, art by Brian Hitch. It's $6.99. That's a bit pricey. 48 pages, 1 of 3. It's a prestige format. All covers are fancy cardstock. So when you go to get it, pull up in your rickshaw with the pinkies up. On sale July 25th, Mark Waid and Brian Hitch reunite to tell a tale centered on their favorite superhero, Superman. Learns Lex Luthor is dying and he wants the Man of Steel to help him find the cure for whatever is causing his rapid decline. I believe it's gonorrhea, but that's just me. he should just go and get that check, but he does not want that to get out on the press. And, TMZ, they're always looking for shit like that. While the world wants to say good riddance to Luthor, Superman will go to the ends of the universe through different dimensions and across time to save his foe. I think he just needs like penicillin. Isn't that what happens? I kind of know. It happened to me in the past. I'm not proud of that part of my but just like this, you want to save the person who spent his life trying to destroy him. And will he even be able to find the solution? I don't know. I have no idea. Next one is Batman White Knight Presents Generation Joker #3. Sean Murphy, a lot of people love Sean Murphy and the White Knight stuff. I checked out on the last bit, but maybe I'll check back in. I don't know. I had enough. It's nothing to say like, oh, it was bad or whatnot. I just had enough, and we deal with mainly in-continuity stuff on the podcast. Story by Sean Murphy, written by Katana Collins and Clay McCormick, and art by Mirko Andolfo. $4.99, 32 pages, 3 of 6, goes on sale July 18th. The Joker's Return, that's with the Z. Inspired by the exploits of the clown prince of crime, this street gang is ready to take Neo Gotham by storm. But first, they need some new blood. The children of the Joker, will Jackie and Bryce take their rightful place in the criminal underworld? Not if their mother Harley Quinn and her new ally Neo Joker have anything to say about it, and I think they will. Peacemaker tries hard, and I mean he tries hard. #3, written by Kyle Starks, art by Steve Pugh. $4.99, 32 pages, 3 of 6, goes on sale July 4th. Betrayed, bleeding, and broken, Peacemaker drags his finely toned body to a local watering hole where you can existentially question his violent pursuit of peace from the safety of a bar stool. But his wallowing is short-lived. He's going to get his dog back, but he's going to need some help. Lucky for Peacemaker, his parole officer Richard has a colorful costume past. There you go. That sounds okay. People like the whole TV show and all that. Batman Incorporated #10. I'm surprised that this wasn't canceled at the end of June. It's not selling well, but maybe this is the play. I mean, some of these, like the Steelworks and the Hawkgirl, let's put those out where maybe they're kind of like, people won't love the Night Terrors. They'll go to that. Maybe people will give Batman Incorporated a look because I'm enjoying it enough. It had a rough start, but it's okay. Written by Ed Brisson, art and cover by John Timms, so I do really like. $3.99, 32 pages, July 11th. It goes on sale. The villains of Joker Incorporated continue to wreak havoc across the globe. Can Batman Incorporated stop them without betraying a promise to Batman? That means, kill. Joker continues to force their hand into bloody, winnerless battles, with one member of Batman Incorporated dead. Spoiler. And another on life support. More spoilers. The team is faced with the terrifying realization that Joker Incorporated may have outplayed them. Knight and Grey Wolf discover a startling secret about the Welsh madman, Day Laughing. It's Die Laughing. D-A-I, Day Laughing. Oh, I'm an idiot. That may help them turn the tide of the war. But at what cost? I love when you have what cost. Now we're talking. Yes, it is. Batman Superman World's Finest #17. So there's a book we can keep reading. Written by Mark Waid, art and cover by Dan Mora. $3.99, 32 pages. Goes on sale July 18th. World War AI hits its climax. It says. Guest starring dozens of DC heroes in a war against New Mazo and his machines that will determine the fate of humanity and lay threads for a menace that will soon pop up in the pages of Shazam. So that's cool. Mark Waid getting some synergy there, even though we'll see how that works, because the whole World's Finest, a little back in the past, a little askew from regular continuity, but we'll see. We'll see how that plays out. Next up is Danger Street #7, written by Tom King, art and cover by Jorge Fornes. I'm not reading it. I'm not a Tom King fan. I'm not even going to make jokes here. $4.99, 7 of 12, on sale July 11th. No jokes. As Lady Cop gets closer to solving this murder mystery, she finds herself in the lair of the true killers, the Green Team. I like the Green Team, actually, and this is one of those things where I know the concept. I haven't read it, but Tom King using that deal of those #1, and the Green Team's kind of a goofy deal. I actually even like the Green Team in the New 52, but it didn't really work out. Anybody remember the Green Team and the Movement? Those two books, Gail Simone did the Movement, and they came out at the same time, kind of a yin to the yang. They were kind of wacky. But who will be her knight in shining armor and save the maiden fair? Beware the creeper. I always do. Plus, Warlord strikes up an unlikely friendship, and alliances begin to form as the march toward the battle of Save the Universe begins. All right. Dark Knights of Steel number 12. It is the finale to Tom Taylor's epic that's taken oh so long to tell. Art by Yasmin Putri, which is good, especially on the finale. $3.99, 32 pages, 12 of 12, on sale July 25th. The cataclysmic conclusion of the best-selling series is here. The three kingdoms are united for the first time in a generation against a common threat. But can even their combined might prevail? Will a traitor in their midst turn the tide of the final battle? The shocking finale. But is this truly the end? Well, if deceased is the blueprint, no, it is not. We're going to get more. Justice Society of America, number 7, written by Jeff Johns, art and cover by Mikel Jadin. I do like this book, and I like it. I want it to get going forward. I don't mind the stuff going on, Huntress and stuff, but I wanted to kind of get more of a view of what this book will end up being about when we even have the lost children enter it and things, because here we go. Reunions are cut short when the JSA and the lost children face down a new threat. Can this group of heroes and sidekicks find their rhythm, or will it be curtains for both? What happens here has massive ramifications to the next stage of the new golden age. Well, I think that if they want to find their rhythm, they should probably hire Gloria Estefan. She'd be able to do it. Multiversity Harley Screws Up the DCU number 5, written by Frank Thierry, art by Logan Fairbairn. $4.99, 32 pages, penultimate issue, 506, on sale July 11th. After accidentally undoing the Justice League's origin story and kind of sort of dooming our timeline, Harley's done all she can to right her wrongs and bring the DCU's heroes back. And she's had a lot of fun doing it. But now she has found herself face to face with the most tragic origin of the DCU, Batman's. Will she be able to doom Bruce Wayne's parents to their untimely fate for the sake of the universe? Who knows? Superman Lost number 5, written by Christopher Priest, or, as he likes to be called, Priest, art and cover by Carlo Pagulan and Jason Paz. $4.99, 5 of 10, 32 pages, on sale July 11th. What does this say here? Superman talks a bunch of gibberish about science and shit, and he's still not home. But he is, but he isn't, and Lois is pissed. There's my solicit. Here's the real one. At a loss to close the widening gap between herself and Superman, Lois turns to Wonder Woman for help. Clark Kent, attempting to re-enter his life at the Daily Planet, is haunted by the dire consequences of his attempts to defend his second adopted planet from invasion. All right, sounds like a bundle of joy, doesn't it? Waller versus Wildstorm number 3. I think that this book is just going to fall between every sort of crack, right? Break Your Mama's Back. Written by Evan Narcisi and Spencer Ackerman. Art by Jesus Moreno. It is $5.99. Who's buying this? 3 of 4, 32 pages, on sale July 25th. It was always going to come to this. Deathstroke versus Battalion, one-on-one in a bloody battle through the streets of Gamora's night market. As the blades and blasts fly, Amanda Waller's machinations grind on, and the shocking finale of this issue will change the course of her life forever. Will it? Will it? Because I have a feeling. It doesn't matter. I have a feeling it doesn't. And the last solicit, which makes me laugh because you have all these solicits going on, right? Then you have, and if you've looked at the solicits, and when sites put them up, if they put them up, intact the way they're supposed to, the way they're sent from DC, you'll end up having a bunch of trades, even some facsimile issues and stuff like that. But the trades used to be at the end. You'd get through all of the current books, and then you get these trades. Well, they kind of sprinkle trades in. I swear to God, this Wildcats book by Matthew Rosenberg is such a non-entity to even DC themselves that they ended up like 5 trades and then, oh yeah, just check that in. Wildcats number 9, written by Matthew Rosenberg, art and cover by Steven Segovia, $3.99, 32 pages, July 11th. It comes out. Grifter is back for the attack, and he's getting the old band back together for one last show. Ooh, that kind of sounds like this might be ending. They're going to be playing fan favorites like Us Against Everybody and making up for past mistakes, but also they may have their newest hit, Halo Must Fall, but also why not go with the medley, Matthew Rosenberg Sucks. That's my favorite one. It's a medley because it'll go down all the shit that he's written and it'll let you know why that's a great song. I think I might go do that right now. Will they live long enough to get to the explosive encore? Nobody's going to be yelling for an encore. It's like one of those things where hey, that's it. We'll see you later, Cleveland. And then they go backstage and all you hear, this is what you hear too. This is the Wildcats. They're doing their deal. And it's Matthew Rosenberg with them for some reason. Hey, we're done for the night. Those are our songs. See you later. Don't ask for an encore because we're not going to do it, but we'll be backstage listening. Oh, shit. They don't want an encore. Well, let's go do it anyway. And then they go out and, nobody's there. But they still play. The band plays on, right? So there you go. Those are the Solicits. Had a little fun with it. I hope I didn't annoy you. Every time I do this, I always get out of hand, and I'm worried that I'm going to offend people or get people upset. I don't like to take these so seriously. I like to have fun with them. So if that's not your cup of tea, oh well. But I did say earlier that maybe we'll start doing this live on YouTube when I end up going next month for the August list. We'll see if people are interested in that. Let me know. And then we could all make jokes. We could all have fun. And then it'll last forever because I'll just be talking to people in the chat. But thanks, everybody. I hope that you still found something to enjoy, something that you might want to end up buying. I think there are, I think at least 5 books that I would be getting, and maybe even more, because I did say I probably would get those first 2 issues of Night Terrors, see how that is. Then maybe mix in some of the one-shots if that's good enough. But I'd also have, World's Finest, the Mark Waid Teen Titans. I do like Batman Incorporated and some other stuff too. All that other stuff. Everybody knows what I'm saying. There's always something to like. I just hope that it gets more and more people get enthused, because that's what we need at DC right now. You don't need tons of books. You need tons of enthusiasm. I think we might be getting there a bit, but I still get people who just tell me that nothing like this. So yeah, this isn't going to win them back. So we'll have to figure out what that is. But some people, nothing will win them back. They just like to say stuff like that. So who knows? We'll see. But thanks, everybody. And I will talk to you all later.
You are all weirdos.